Hey guys, it's Tracey from Novascotialiving, and today I'm going to try to make up kind of like a beef chow mein noodle. I've never really done it with beef before, so we're just going to give it a whirl. I'm just going to quickly slice up this roast beef I defrosted the other day, as small as I can and as thin as I can get it, and then we're going to marinate it just for a little while. So I'll be back when it's all sliced up. Alright guys, I took a few pictures, so I'll make sure I add them to the video. So the meat's all sliced up. Alright, watch out baby. Get going, get going. I cut the roast up in like discs, and then I hit it with the rolling pin just to kind of tenderize it a bit, and then I sliced it up nice and thin, as much as I could do with a house full of toddlers. So all I'm going to do, this hand is clean, this hand is not clean. I'm going to add some soy sauce. This is just going to be a quick, easy little marinade. And I just want to make sure that it all gets covered. So, seems like a lot, but it was a whole roast beef, a good size roast beef. And then I'm just going to add, of course, a splash of lemon juice. If you have real lemon, you could use that. But I don't, so I'm just going to use some concentrated lemon juice. And I'm just going to let this marinate for, it'll probably be marinating for a couple of hours. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And this is going to be for later tonight. This isn't even for supper, guys. I'm having company over. And I'll marinate this for a couple of hours. And in the meantime, I'm going to cut up some onions, cut up some peppers, have some mushrooms. I have minced garlic, and I want to cut up some ginger. So I'm going to prep all that. So when it comes time to cooking this, all I have to do is add it to the pan. So I'll bring you back in a few hours. Alright guys, the veggies are all chopped up. I'm going to get that beef out of the fridge, and we're going to start frying that up. I let this sit. I don't know, I forget what time. I didn't rewatch what I said earlier in the video, but it's been sitting in there for a while. It's only 5 o'clock, and we already just finished supper. I actually cooked a turkey today, can you believe it? But I did. Because the other day when I made those raw-beer pies, if you guys watched that video, I had to make room in my deep freezer, and I took out a turkey. It wasn't a big fancy turkey dinner, but anyways, my stovetop's kind of wretched, but I swear it's just from the turkey dinner roaster and vegetables and stuff. So anyways, just put a little splash of oil in there. I'm not going to strain this marinade because you've seen what it is. It's lemon juice and soy sauce. So I'm going to let this come up. Well, I suppose I'm just going to add it right now. It doesn't really matter. Oh, looks good. Looks good. Now I haven't added any salt to this because soy sauce is salty enough. I'll probably salt a little bit of the vegetables. And then if people so choose to salt some more, they can do it themselves. So, I'll bring you back when this starts sizzling. Alright guys, it's starting to do its thing. I think I'm going to add the onions and the peppers to this while it's cooking, just to save me an extra step later. I'm going to do the mushrooms separate. Well, I might put a little in here, but I like to do mushrooms separate because, yeah, I just like to do them separate. So, just hold on a second, I'll walk over here. So, there's a nice big onion. I sliced it up like half a moons. I don't know what you call that, because I like a little bite in my food. And I might need some more pepper. That was just a pepper and a half. So, and I don't want this meat to be real tough. That lemon juice will kind of break it down anyways, that it's been sitting in, and the soy sauce. But we want the meat, I don't want it red, but I don't want it tough. So I want it just cooked. And these onions and the peppers will soften up a bit. think I might put a little black bean sauce in here too. I need to dig that out of the fridge. Well, I'm out of black bean sauce. That's disappointing. I love cooking with black bean sauce. I put it in so many things. I really do. But I forgot I had some baby spinach in the fridge, so I'm going to throw that in here too. It's going to look like I have a whole bunch, but if you've ever cooked with spinach, you know it shrivels down to nothing. So we got to have a little green in this dish. I find any kind of a stir-fry noodle rice dish, you can put anything in it. I don't have any broccoli or cauliflower, or I would have put that in it too. Anything. Anything goes. So, I'll bring you back when this is just about done. I'm going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic too, before I pause you. Oh, today is one of those days, guys. It's just, I can't get ahead of myself. I did a turkey supper, now I'm making this, and the kids are crazy, and it's Friday, but that's life. That's Nova Scotia living. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm going to kick back and relax tonight, and I am going to have a good sleep. So, we'll let this do its thing, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright, I turned it way down to low. I actually put a tablespoon, I thought I was taping, but I wasn't. A tablespoon of molasses in here, just to try it. And some garlic powder, and some onion powder, and some just black pepper. So, this is making a nice little sauce. It was only just a tablespoon of molasses, just to richen it up a little bit. And I put a pinch of red pepper in it, like red chili pepper, just to give it a little bite. So I'm going to put this on low, and I'm not going to do the noodles now because those only take a few minutes to make. But I am going to do the mushrooms. So let me move some furniture around and we'll get started. Alright guys, I'll just briefly show you what I'm doing. I don't season mushrooms or anything, not till the very end. I'm just putting a little smidge of oil in there, just so it gets started. And, it might help if I turn it up. You can see, I gotta clean my stove off, jeez. You can see the other pan over there. I'm just gonna put a cover on it and put it on low. These are all washed and cut. So, I'm just gonna let this jive and do its thing till it starts breaking down. I'll stir it every once in a while. And then we salt it just a little bit at the very end. It's just amazing to me. It's just amazing. So, be right back. Alright, those mushrooms are pretty much cooked out down as much as they're going to go. So I'm just going to do a little shake of salt. There's a lot of liquid in mushrooms, guys. It doesn't look like there is, but there is. So I only put that little tiny bit of oil in there in the beginning just so it gets started. But I did find some black bean sauce. That's French, this is English. I use black bean sauce in a lot of things. I've used it in when I make gravy sometimes, honestly. It's such a good, rich flavor. If you've never used it before, you should give it a whirl. Of course, I didn't open it before I brought you guys back. Alright, I got it open. So I always give it a good shake. It's kind of a thick sauce. Well, it's thicker than soy sauce, let me tell you. It took me a while to learn different sauces and stuff. Years ago, when I lived in Halifax, my first job there, while I was going to school, I worked at a little Chinese restaurant way down in the south end, right off the waterfront, like where the container ship kind of stuff would come in. So, stayed open until about 3 in the morning. It was just generally me or a different waitress, but just one waitress at a time. And Mr. Lee and his wife, but she'd always go up 9 o'clock at night. And Mr. Lee was just a tiny little old man, nice guy, but I liked working there because you'd get a free supper. And before I worked there, I didn't really know Chinese food. Like of course I knew what Chinese food was, but I didn't know what the different dishes were. So I certainly learned when I got there. And I tried this and that and this and that. And I love black bean sauce. I learned about hoisin sauce. It's kind of like the barbecue sauce, like a sweet oriental barbecue sauce in my mind. And just the different things. I just had to be careful because sometimes I cook with fish sauce and things like that and I'm allergic. But anyways, I'm going to shut these off because they're starting to whistle. And I'm waiting on my sister-in-law. She's coming. She's bringing me some bean sprouts because I'm going to put those. And I think I'm going to put these mushrooms right in the noodles too with the bean sprouts. And with some sesame oil. So I'm layering, guys. I'm layering all the different flavors. It's going to be good. Well, that's disappointing, guys. That was my sister-in-law. And I guess the superstore doesn't have any bean sprouts. None canned or no fresh ones. So it's just going to be the mushrooms. I'd just like to, if I had cabbage. Oh. Yeah, if I had cabbage, I'd shred that up and put a little in it. I just like a little crunch with my noodles. But I don't like crunchy noodles. Funny. Anyways, pretty soon we'll throw this all together and we'll get our grub on.